If you're a content creator with a loyal audience, you might be familiar with brand deals or ad revenue as sources of income, but you're probably missing out on a massive opportunity by not setting up a pay-to-access Discord server for your community. So let's talk about it. LaunchPass has been helping people monetize their Discord and Slack servers for over 7 years, and in that time, they've helped creators generate millions of dollars in revenue. Right now, the most popular server types are in the finance region, so finance information, crypto, or sports, but I see a great opportunity being missed here for content creators to use LaunchPass as a way to offer paid benefits for their members who are probably already looking for more ways to interact with their favorite creators. Logistically, this can play out in any way you want it to. If you want a space to share behind-the-scenes content, early access to content, or just a space to hang out with your community, LaunchPass can help you set up that server and monetize it. And I just want to get this out of the way early. If you feel incredibly overwhelmed by an entire community of people joining a Discord server specifically to interact with you, I think it's important to set standards early for what type of content they will be able to find in this server and how and when you will interact with your audience. If you're down to hop in voice calls or do exclusive streams for your community, that's great, but maybe you just want a space where you can upload bonus content as well as interacting with your audience once in a while. That's also probably something they're interested in. Just set the standards early and let them know how they can expect to interact with you. Otherwise, you should also aim to make your server interactive and allow spaces for your community to engage with one another. And we'll discuss that. I'm not going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to create and set up a new Discord server. If you need something like that, it'll come in the future, but also there's a million videos on this platform that will be much better for you than this one. But I will give you a general sense on how you can make your server work for you. Obviously, you will have to be present and dedicate time to the community for people to buy in. That's the main value proposition you're giving your audience with an exclusive community, but you shouldn't be expected to be infinitely accessible to them. You're a human who not only needs time away from screens, but your job as well. And with some smart design, we can build out your server in a way that it can be self-sufficient while you're not around. If you're a gaming creator, I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory, but just allow different spaces for your audience to discuss the games that you play and make content on, and have voice channels for people who want to queue up and play together. It's a very simple concept, but it's very effective and it gets your audience interacting with themselves. If you have a following in another niche, that's okay, just get a little creative. For instance, if you're a creator who focuses on media reviews, you could set up channels for your audience to provide their own mini reviews, be it in text or video uploads. They can review content and other people can interact with their reviews. It gives them a space to do what you're doing and also get feedback from their peers. If you're a makeup and beauty creator, you can have a channel dedicated to your community sharing their looks of the day or giving makeup tutorials. Again, it lets them do what you do, which I think is a brilliant idea. Anything can work here as long as the goal is getting the members of your community to interact with one another. Don't overthink it, but also gaming is pretty universal at this point, so feel free to add a gaming section to any server. It will probably get used. After figuring out how to make your server self-engaging when you're not around, you really need to figure out what you are going to offer to your audience. Really common examples of premium content would be things like behind the scenes posts, early access to content you're going to release, blooper reels, maybe some bonus content. And I think all of those are fantastic starting places, but I think we can also get a little more creative with what you get out of having a Discord server. There are some really unique ways to offer value here. Discord is a fantastic place to hold live Q&As or do exclusive streams for your community with the Stages feature. If you can set aside an evening once a month to do a live event with your audience, that's a huge draw. I'm sure there are other ways to use this feature that I'm not even thinking of right now. Like I know you can tap people in the audience and they can join you in a voice call or a video stream, and maybe that's some way that you get a collaborative event going on with your community. I don't know, I'm gonna leave the creativity to you, but just know that there's a lot more that you can do with Discord than just chat. It's also worth noting that Discord servers can be incredibly well organized and searchable, so if you do want to use it to post some sort of exclusive content, even if it's posted years ago, as long as you've tagged it properly and you have pinned comments explaining to your audience how to search for it, it's very easy to find old posts, which is a big benefit. After you've decided on a server structure and the type of content you want to offer your community, the rest is pretty straightforward. Build out your server, populate your channels with initial posts and content, set rules and boundaries, and then for the important part, monetize it. You would expect this part to take a long time, but in reality, once you have your server set up, it takes minutes to monetize it with LaunchPass. You just have to connect your Discord account to LaunchPass, integrate it into your server, and then set up proper permissions so that people that aren't paying members can't see your channels. This is obviously a brief explanation, but if you have any specific questions or just want help setting up a successful server, please feel free to reach out to us at support@launchpass.com, or even better, set up a time to hop in a call with our expert support team through the Calendly link in the description down below. Do not hesitate to reach out. We will help help you. We want you to be our next success story. Okay, so to wrap things up and put a nice little bow on this video, the goal here wasn't to give you a step-by-step guide on how to create a monetized server. That video will be coming, it's not here yet. But the goal here was to get you thinking about what opportunities you're missing by not setting up a pay-to-access server and how to get creative with it. So get creative and make this server your own. Make it a place your community would love to hang out in, and then you've already done most of the work. Then all you have to do is head on over to launchpass.com and start a free trial. With Launchpass, the sky really is the limit here, so make a plan, start designing your server, and then come back and click on that link in the description down below and get started.